CEO and founder of BlissBE.ME, Integrative Holistic Health, and I'm here to share because I care. And we want to focus on something this Monday to take us through the week that replenishes our energy and gives us a greater focus. You see, without a vision, we're moving backwards because our past is going to just implant itself into our present. So I invite you to fully participate today. We're going to take it back to what I think is the most important thing, and that's being grounded. If we're not grounded, oh man, our energy is frenetic. It's all over the place. You might even feel staticky. And if you don't feel staticky, then I guarantee you're going to feel depleted and exhausted and fatigued, or even maybe just numb. You know, there's a term, going through life comfortably numb. Even if we allow ourselves to dream, allow ourselves to take 2 minutes of silence in honor of you each and every day, and just dream, that stirs the soul. The soul needs action in a way that it can engage. And then it's like, oh my gosh, they're awake. That's why it's called an awakening, is to awaken your own dreams. And how do we do that? Well, the most important step, like I said, is called grounding, centering, and aligning. It comprises of 3 things. And it allows you to feel into the earth, connect into your heart, and allow, gratitude is an attitude that you want to have. And it's just as simply as recalling something or someone that brings you joy or love. And that allows that expansion into the heart. We have a 70% bias in our mind. And, there's no coincidence that heart failure is one of the leading causes of death in humanity right now. Because of that bias, it allows us to really almost hunch over and really contract in our body. How can we possibly have any expansion if we've got a 70% bias negative? So my mission is to switch those numbers around and have our bias be 70% positive. If it can be one way, it can be another. And it all starts with being grounded into the earth. There are so many things in our environment that are taking us out of being grounded into the earth. Our cell phone, our computers, the internet. I know where I live, they've been putting the 5G network on every single street light secretly. And all they have to do is flick the switch, because 5G doesn't have the span to, it has capacity in other ways, but it doesn't have the broadband or whatever. So it turns out that the street lights are perfectly distanced and have the electricity to connect the 5G, which is frightening. So what do? We ground into the Schumann Residence. So I thought we'd take the time right here and now. So give yourself permission right now to take this time, probably at least 10 minutes, to really learn how to educate yourself into how to ground, center, and align. There's really no quick way that I believe, except that you become more proficient with it. And as you become more proficient with it, then of course, it becomes easier to create your ritual for yourself. So feel free to modify this in a way that works for you. So to bring us into the presence, how to do that instantly is just turning on your sensories. And if you forget what that is, just look in the mirror. It's your eyes, see, what do you see in the environment that you're in right now? And go to the positive. What's one of my favorite things that's in this environment? And start to catch yourself, because if you go into somewhere and you kind of go, oh, this place is creepy. But if you go in and go, wow, this is a really interesting place. See the difference? Or if you go into even a medical office or something, it's like, oh God, it stinks in here. How many people, like you say, wow, think of all the people that are getting healed here. Or if you go into meet a new person, look at their face and look at their beauty. Don't look at, oh my gosh, they've got like, something wrong here, or what's that thing on their face? Just look at them with love. And you can do that when you connect to the earth. Otherwise, we can get triggered easily, and we can call what's called disassociation. Disassociation is when we actually leave our body, and we are actually somewhere else, because our thoughts are not in here in this little box. Our thoughts are here in the thought field. Our energy centers in our body expand and emit into a field of energy. And our field can be really big, or it can be really, really small. It can be big and puffy and round, or it can be fractured, where different thought forms can get in. And in fact, disease, our field, it starts in the field and comes into our body. So I can't even express how deeply important this BlissBE method is of grounding, centering, and aligning. So please stay with me for all 3 sections as we step into the foot section. That's where we ground into the earth. So turning on our sensories, our sight, and our hearing, our smelling, our taste, our knowing, our tactile knowing, and our illuminant knowing, as I call it. It's like our superhuman knowing, you times 2. This is the times 2, this clarity and intuition and this imagination is your times 2. So come into that and feel your feet on the ground. Feel all 4 parts of your foot on the floor. It's great if you don't have shoes on, so that you can really get tactile with it. And allow yourself to simply drop. I like to have a word. When I ground, center, and align, I like to have a word that just allows me to do it in a moment's notice. If I'm out somewhere and I feel nervous or unsure or scared, or if I'm going on to do a talk, I ground. I just go drop, and I immediately feel my feet coming down and going into the earth. You can imagine, sometimes it's easy to imagine, if you're visual, some tree roots coming out of your feet. Or if you're into the energy field already, imagine those etheric feet, kind of like Gumby. When I was little, there was this little Gumby character. You could stretch out the legs. Stretch those feet down, down, down. I want you to really notice what you're coming into as we pierce through the earth's crust. Come into the slate and the sand. And allow yourself to feel the sand and the slate, and notice whether it's warm or cool, sharp or gritty. See if you can see any colors. See if you can smell. Is it dusty? Is it like that wet smell? Rocks and rain. I always get the taste. I can taste it. It tastes minerally. Maybe you get that taste as well as you come through the rocks and the slate and the sand. The second layer into the earth is called the molten, and it's a liquid layer. And see if you could swoosh right through that. And then you start to go a little bit faster, almost like you're on a banister of a stairway sliding down through the molten. And notice whether it's warm or cool. What color is it? I see kind of like a golden yellow with a bit of red in it. And, can you taste it? Can you smell it? What this does is it keeps us present into our journey that we're taking in down to the crystalline core, the center of the earth. And it also doesn't allow other things to invade our mind as we're dedicating this and honoring this time for you. Oh gosh, do you feel the energy of the central crystalline core of the earth? Do you feel the illuminance? Can you see the illuminance? Do you have like this rush to get there as you bring your tree roots and your etheric feet around this crystalline core? And hold on. This is our anchor. This is what keeps us grounded into the earth, into the Schumann Resonance of the earth. It's about 7 to 25 hertz, and it changes, of course, depending on what humanity is doing on top of it, how we are resonating as well. It can pick up on our field as It's said at Easter time that the Schumann Residence can go as high as 99 and over 100 in its resonance. Little spikes. You can see the measurements on Google or on the internet. Now imagine pulling up this energy. We're going to bring it up and bring it into our body. So when you breathe in, so breathe down to your lower abdomen and think of it like you're sucking up that energy from the central core of the earth. And as you expand that energy up, and breathe out that energy into your feet and into your ankles, and breathe it up again into your calves. Allow it to come up into your knees, bathe over your knees and your thighs. And when you exhale, just allow it to touch every single cell in that area. And breathing it again up into the hips, matching your breath in the lower abdomen and bathing it through your hips and your abdomen area, touching all those organs on the exhale, touching every single cell. Breathing it up again through that, drawing it from the central core of the earth like you're sucking it up into a straw, into the chest, and opening the heart. Roll back your shoulders and allow that energy to bathe down your arms as well as opening your chest area. Straight down to your fingertips. Next inhalation, breathe it up into your throat and up into your face and up into your full skull. And if you will, allow and imagine it to come out the top of your head, like where the fontanelle was when you were born, that information center, and allow it to cascade down your body. Front, back, 360, touching the first and second layer of your biofield, and allow it to reconnect, conjoin with Mother Earth. See what you feel. See if you feel your feet on the floor. Do they feel fully grounded? Do you feel some tingles in your body? This is a great place to feel safety and security, to just really land. Do you feel your buttocks in the seat or the piece of furniture that where you're sitting? Or if you're laying in your bed, can you fully surrender your body, every ounce of it, to the bed or furniture that you're on or floor? Take a nice deep breath. We're going to take that into the heart as we center. Oftentimes I'll do this standing, and then you can kind of teeter-totter or circle back and forth. You can do it sitting as well. And just see if you can come to that still point. And if you can't, that's okay. Just come to that place where you can really land. You feel you're on your sit bones. You've landed. Come into your heart. When we center, we're drawing in all the energy and projections that we might have out to other people, places, or things. Pull it all the way back in. If you can't find it, sometimes you can open your eyes and find a focal point and lift one leg up. Go into tree pose if you're familiar with yoga. And if tree pose is easy with you, on your hands on your hips, then bring your hands out and twirl them around. I guarantee that you will be able to pull in your energy, all your resources. And just take a minute to think of someone or something that brings you joy or that you love so deeply. And offer them this grounded place that you are in at this moment. This is a little bit something extra that's just come in today that seems to want to be shared. Offer them this grounded place. There's a lot of frenetic energy, static energy out there. Allow them to feel the grounding that you're feeling. We're all energy. I do distance healing all the time. It's easy to share this with somebody else, especially one that you've got a connection with already. Now we're going to take that love for that person and make sure that you've got that love for yourself. So give yourself an opportunity to honor you right now in gratitude for learning this or remembering this. As we align now, we're going to take this center that we've created from the anchored position of center of the earth, up through the feet, up through the spine. We're going to come out the top of the head. And we are going to create a fine line with divine. Divine, creator, source, energy, higher self, higher consciousness, supraconsciousness, the place of many names, I call it. You pick. This is your journey. This is your connection. Create this fine line. Just imagine up through the sky, through the Milky Way, through the solar system, through the Milky Way, into the cosmos. You can actually take your hands up, and at this point, there's what's called an ID point. It's like your energy signature. It is your energy signature. Create that fine line to divine. Open up your hands with permission. Permission to receive. Permission to heal. Every moment offers an opportunity to heal. And imagine this beautiful golden white light coming down through the superhighway that you've just created. This golden white light cascading down, coming into the fontanelle that you had previously opened. Allow it to fill your body, fill your skull, fill your face. See the illuminance. Feel the illuminance. Smell, taste, know the golden white light that's coming in. That's sacred, sacred energy. Allow it to wash through your throat. Wash into your heart and your chest and over your shoulders and down your arms to your fingertips. Permission to heal, permission to receive. Allow it again back into the heart, this gold and white light energy, and allow it to come into your whole organ area, your torso, your abdomen, all your organs. Allow it to bathe over these hard working joints in your hips and your pelvis, your buttocks, down into your full thighs, your knees, your calves, your full foot. Joining this energy, this gold and white light energy, with Mother Earth's energy, which is often depicted as red. If you're seeing red in there as well, that would be the Mother Earth energy as well. Such a great place to ask questions, to sit in your own knowingness, your own intuition. If you have a worry or concern, surrender it up. Ask for help. You need to ask in order to receive. That's called free will. Use this time to ask if you have something, and just pay attention for the next few days and see what shows up. Help me. Help me. This is outside of my skill set. Take it. Take it from me. Just see what you notice feeling these beautiful energies that you've brought in. They're always with us. They're always here. And see what you feel inside. Feel your cells. Feel the tension. If there's tension, breathe to that tension. Give it permission to release. Let that tension know that you're safe. Often these contractions that we feel in our body, which tension is, it's contraction. It's because we're not feeling safe, or simply because maybe we broke an agreement with somebody else, or we broke an agreement with ourselves, or we sent out a negative projection of some type. You can always say, cancel that. Just cancel that. I'm sorry for projecting that. And allow yourself to take your steps in your own healing. And you can do that. If you need some help, I'm here to support you. It's not easy. It's not easy, especially if you're a midlife challenged mommy, where we're stepped into different roles and things change so quickly, and tasks piled on, and identities of yourself got lost, or whatever might have taken place. I'm giving an example of myself because I share what I live. Do something for yourself. The body keeps score. So don't let the body get to that place where you get sick. Yeah. DM me, call, give me a discovery, sign up for a discovery call, 30-minute discovery. I'm here to support you. Have a fabulous Monday. Take this beautiful place of being grounded and centered and aligned, and do this every day and see what's different in your life. I guarantee it will be different. Different things will show up. So thanks for showing up here. I love you so very, very much. Go to www.BlissBE.ME. Check out our new website. We've got online bookings. See what resonates. Or like I said, just book in for a discovery call. Take good care. Hope to see you next week. I love you. Blessings.